Hi, it's Mickie here with YMCA of East Tennessee, and since you're all not able to go to the gym right now, I'm gonna do a yoga class, and I hope you will enjoy. I'm gonna try and give clear instructions because I find it sometimes hard to follow along with using my phone. So I'm going to try to give as much instruction as possible, and I always like to begin my class in Shavasana. So let's get on the mat in Shavasana and begin to bring our mind and body to the mat. Just start out with your feet relaxed, about that distance apart. Your hands up at least a foot from your hips. Just let your body relax and begin to breathe deeply. Take deep, full inhales, long, slow exhales. Let go of your cares of the day, your next project. And let's just spend about 45 minutes focusing on yoga. After the next exhale, inhale the knees up, feet up next to the bottom. Then let's bring them out a little wider than the hips, arms out to T. And then let's just begin to windshield wiper the knees as we keep the feet in place. Let your chin go the opposite way from your knees. Inhale up, exhale down. Just flow from side to side. Gentle twist, good way to warm the body up. Finish your cycle with your knees to the right. And let's bring the feet into just about hip distance apart. The arms are still at T. Let's go ahead and press the heels toward the ceiling. Straighten the legs. Maybe bring your arms down alongside your torso with your palms facing down. Tuck the edges of your forearms under your hips. That'll give you a stronger base as you focus on straightening your legs, flexing your feet. After the inhale, let's slowly exhale the right leg down, almost to the mat, but not quite. Inhale back up. Slowly exhale the left leg down, almost to the mat. Inhale back up. Flow with your breath. Exhale. Inhale up. Avoid taking the heel all the way down to the mat. Keep your core engaged. Finish with your right leg down. Inhale up. And let's go ahead and pull those knees in towards the chest. Give them a little hug. Maybe rock your hips from side to side. And if you like, bring your head forward. And release the knees. Heels up next to the bottom. We're going to do 5 cycles of lion's breath along with some abdominal crunches. So what you want to do is you want to reach up, clasp your hands, point your pointing fingers, then set your feet a little wider than hip distance apart. After the inhale, when we inhale, we are going to go forward with our fingers, lift the shoulders off the mat, and we need to take a deep breath like a lion. It's like so. After the inhale, inhale back, release. Once again, let's draw those knees in towards the chest. Gently rock the hips from side to side. So that is good for the throat and the mucosal linings of the throat. It stimulates your breathing and your natural elimination. So then let's begin to kick and rock from front to back. Make a nice smooth rocker out of the body. And let's rock on up to easy pose. Actually, it'll be better if I stay this way. I have to decide how to get it. Okay, so then let's go ahead and come to staff pose. So in the staff pose, you want your thumbs up next to your bottom. Roll your shoulder blades back slightly. Tuck your chin. Straighten your spine as much as possible. You want a nice, straight, tall spine. Your feet can be just slightly apart, 2 or 3 inches. Flex your feet. And just take a few moments to relax into this position. A lot of times we're not really used to sitting with our feet straight out in front of us. As adults, we're used to sitting in chairs, so it can be a little bit of a stretch. Let's inhale, reach up, palms face, and then let's begin to fold forward. Try to keep your back flat. As you fold forward, reach out through your fingertips. Just move slowly, take your time. Reach through those fingertips. Keep your chin lifted and your gaze up, not up, but straight out in front of you. And when you can't reach out any further, just grab whatever's accessible, whether that's your toes, your shins, your knees, whatever's accessible, and then just let your head and your torso surrender forward with gravity. And just breathe and relax down into this forward fold. It is a seated forward fold. If you find that your deep breathing relaxes you further, just reach a little bit further. After the next exhale, inhale, up, return to staff pose. So now let's take the left foot and bring the sole to the inner right thigh. And then just let that left knee fall to the left. So you're going to turn slightly to face your right foot. Then inhale up, reach up, press down the shoulders. And then let's begin to slowly fold forward over this straight right leg. Just reach out, try to fold forward, from the hips with a flat back as much as possible as you reach out through those fingertips. When you reach your limit, once again, grab whatever is accessible and surrender to gravity. So you're surrendering to gravity, breathe and relax over this straight right leg. After the exhale, inhale up, exhale, back to staff pose. Now let's bring the sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh. So take it in nice and close. Let the right knee fall to the right. Turn slightly to face your left foot. Keep that foot flexed. Inhale, reach up, palms face. Press down the shoulders. And once again, let's begin to fold forward. Try to fold forward with a flat back as much as possible. It's going to round some. Reach out through your fingertips. Reach. When you reach your limit, surrender to gravity. Breathe and relax down over the straight left leg. You want to keep the legs straight, so you only, if you can't reach your feet, then just grab a hold of your shin or your knee or your ankle or whatever you can reach. Breathe and relax down into this forward fold. Inhale up, return to staff pose. Once again, inhale, arms up, palms face, and let's try to fold forward over both straight legs with a flat back. Once again, reach through your fingertips, breathe deeply as you fold forward. When you reach your limit, surrender to gravity, breathe and relax down into this fold. After the exhale, inhale up, exhale, back to staff pose. And from here, let's tuck the fingertips under the bottom. You don't have to sit on them too hard. Roll your shoulder blades together and gently come back onto your elbows. Keep your elbows as close together as possible. And then keep your feet flexed, your heels pressing into the mat. Lift your chest toward the ceiling. And gently, very slowly, let your head go back and let your head hang. Your chest is open, so breathe deeply. This is fish pose. Inhale up, return to staff pose. And let's go ahead and transition to the table. You want your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Press through the palms. Feel strong in the table. few deep breaths. Inhale, fill the lungs. And on the exhales, press the air out of the lungs. After the next inhale, exhale into cat. Round the spine, the gaze is between the knees. Exhale into cow, the gaze comes up, spine bows toward the floor. Flow with your breath. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. After the next cow, return to the table. Again, let's be with a neutral spine. Now let's shift the weight to the left hand, soften the right hand. Let that right hand slide behind the left. The top of your right hand just slides behind the left hand as you come down onto your cheek, maybe onto your shoulder. Keep your hips lifted in a puppy dog twist. Inhale back up. Return to the table. Now let's soften the left hand and let it slide behind the right. The top of the hand is on the mat. Let it slide behind your right arm as you come down onto your left shoulder, your left cheek. Inhale up, return to the table. And now, keeping the hips lifted, let's walk the hands forward. You just want to keep the thigh bones straight up and down. Keep your hips lifted in an extended puppy dog. Let your forehead go down to the mat if it will. Now let's slide the palms back underneath the shoulders. Press back up to the table. Now let's slide the fingertips 5 or 6 inches forward. Tuck the toes. Press up to downward dog. Pedal the heels a few times. Then press back through your palms. Lengthen your neck. Find your upside down V in downward dog. Breathe deeply. Feel that stretch in the back of your legs as you let your heels surrender toward the mat. Keep your knees comfortable. If they need a slight bend, that's fine. Now let's bring the gaze forward toward the thumbs. Walk forward, forward fold. Let the head and torso hang in a forward fold. Breathe and relax. Maybe bring the fingertips to the mat. Walk around to the left side until you feel a good stretch in your right side. Take a couple of breaths. Walk it back to center. And then let's walk it around to the right. Return to center. And let's begin to roll up from the hips, one vertebra at a time. Let the head be the last thing to come up. And let's come to the mountain. So ground down through your feet. Take your shoulder blades slightly so your palms face forward. And let's just briefly do a little balance exercise. So make sure your feet are about hip distance apart. You're grounding down into your feet. Close your eyes or lower your gaze and gently sway from side to side. Return to center. Let's sway from front to back. Again, challenge yourself if you can. Do it with your eyes closed. Open them up before you fall down. Return to the mountain. Inhale, reach up, palms face, a little back bend, upward salute, fold, forward fold, come halfway up, lengthen, fold, plant your hands. Now let's leave the right foot in place and step back with the left foot. So first of all, your alignment is all forward. So your hip bones are both pointing forward, so your foot's not turned to the side yet. So you may be up on your fingertips, maybe you can be down on your palms. Wherever you are, tuck that right knee into the right armpit. And then let's lower the hips down toward the mat. So you're in a runner's lunge, hopefully pretty much a straight line from your shoulders to your heel. And then let's go ahead and lower that left heel to the mat. And bring the hands up to the knee. And then come on up into Warrior Two. So, your Warrior Two, you want your shin bone straight up and down. Your knee is bent. This foot is turned at an angle, so you've got a nice firm base. Then lift through your crown, lift your shoulders, then press them down, but lift through the crown of your head. Your arms reach out in opposite directions. Bring your gaze over your right fingertips. Let's take a few breaths as we feel strong in Warrior Two. Now let's bring that right elbow down to the right knee. Don't let your weight surrender down. Don't let your bottom poke out. Keep your body on that flat plane. And then reach up and over with this left arm. Again, a straight line. You could lift this elbow up off your knee. You're using your core to hold the position. Take a few breaths. Then let's go ahead and slide this hand down towards the mat. It doesn't have to go all the way down to the mat. It can. You can be down on your fingertips, or you can be up here. Straighten that right leg. Again, keep your bottom tucked in as if you're against a flat wall, as if your back is against a flat wall. Reach through those left fingertips. You can even take your gaze up toward the ceiling. Let's wheel back up to Warrior Two. Slowly let that knee bend. Right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. Lift through your crown, straighten your torso, And then let's go into a reverse warrior. You can let this hand slide down your leg. Maybe you can reach toward the inside of your thigh. You don't have to pull yourself back, but you can give yourself a little leverage. Inhale back to warrior two. And let's bring the gaze forward and step back to the mountain. Maybe you walk your feet out. Should be a pretty good stretch on that side. And now we're going to do the opposite side. I'm going to turn around so I'm not talking to the back of the room. Hopefully. Hopefully I'm going to be able to remember which side now that I've turned around. Okay, let's inhale up. Take a breath as you reach through your fingertips. Press down your shoulders. A little back bend. Upward salute. Fold. Forward fold. Come halfway up. Fold. Plant your hands. This time we're going to leave the left foot in place. And we're going to step back with the right. So, first of all, keep your alignment forward. I just dropped my heel, but you want to leave your alignment forward. So you're on the ball of your foot, and you're on this foot. It's well grounded. Shin bone straight up and down. So your arms are on either side of this leg. Your left hand is close to your left foot. Your right hand is a few inches away. So your hands are under your shoulders. All right, so maybe you're up on your fingertips. If you can, lower your palms down. Your left knee is tucked into your left armpit. Let your hips drop toward the floor. Look up, take a couple of breaths. That was more than a couple, wasn't it? Now let's drop that right heel to the mat, and let's press up onto the thigh and open up to warrior two. Okay, as you move into your warrior two, again, make sure your shin bone is straight up and down. This leg is straight. Reach out with your fingertips in opposite directions. Lengthen your torso, lift through your crown, press your shoulders down. Gaze out over your left fingertips as you feel strong. Breathe deeply in warrior two. Now let's bring this left elbow to the left knee. Don't surrender your weight now. Just use it for balance. Reach up and over with the right hand. Form a straight line with that right side of the body. Reach through the fingertips so you feel that stretch. Keep your bottom tucked in like you're against a flat wall. Breathe and reach. Now let's let this left hand slide down toward the mat. It doesn't have to go all the way to the mat. As we straighten the left leg, reach up with the right hand into triangle. Pull your bottom in if it's starting to go out. You're against a flat wall. And if you need to come up a little bit to pull that bottom in, that's fine too. It makes it a lot easier to keep yourself against that flat plane. Now let's slowly bend that left knee. Return to warrior two. Bring your gaze back over those fingertips. Left fingertips. And then let's go into reverse warrior. Let that right hand come down that right leg. That left hand comes up and over. Back up to warrior two. Gaze over your left fingertips. And let's step back to the mountain. Again, maybe walk your legs out. Kind of feels good. Stretch one side and then the other. And on that note, let's do some empty coat sleeves. That's always a good way to kind of unwind. All right, just let your arms hang loose like wet rags. And let's turn from side to side. It's a good way to release the back too after twisting. Back to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach up, palm space, a little back bend, upward salute, fold, forward fold, come halfway up, fold, plant your hands, let's step back to plank. Your wrists under your shoulders. They can be a little bit wider. Your feet are flexed. Press back into those feet and form that straight line from your shoulders to your heels. Don't let it sink down. Don't let it poke up. Just be a nice, straight, strong plank. Take a few breaths as you hold that plank. If it's too much, you can always lower your knees to the mat. Still try to keep the straightness of your body from your knees to your shoulders. Now let's shift the weight to the right and lower that left elbow down. Fingertips still point forward, and then let's lower the right arm down and move back into the half plank. Again, the idea is you want a straight line from shoulders to heels. Breathe deeply. And then let's lower all the way down. Feels so good. Turn to one cheek or the other. Bring your arms back. Let your shoulders surrender toward the mat. Just come to a comfortable prone position and breathe and relax. Inhale the chin forward. Now let's take the thumbs inside the palms. Make fists with the hands. Raise your pelvis and let's place those fists side by side, right above your hip bones, right below your belly button, just in that soft part of your belly. So your chin is forward. Your little fists are under your belly, above your hip bones. Now let's inhale the right leg up, exhale down. Left leg up, exhale down. Flow with your breath. Inhale up as high as you can, exhale down. Exhale down. Turn to the opposite cheek this time. Surrender to gravity in a comfortable prone position. Breathe and relax. Inhale the chin forward. Slide the hands up underneath the shoulders. Press back up. And we're just going to go ahead and transition to our backs for just a little bit of bridge pose before we prepare for our final Shavasana in a few minutes. So let's pause for just a moment in Shavasana when we get to the mat. Give ourselves a moment to transfer. Now let's inhale, knees up, heels up next to the bottom. Let's bring the arms down alongside the torso with the palms facing down. So hopefully your pointing fingers can just tickle the sides of your heels. That's about where you want to be. So after the exhale, inhale, lift the hips. Your shoulder blades start to roll together just a little bit as you press your palms down. Try to keep your knees together. Now they don't have to touch each other, but you want to keep them just about hip distance apart, all through your bridge sequence. So you're lifting through your hips, forming a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. Now let's reach up overhead, clasp the hands, so you're going to walk up onto your shoulders. The whole time, keep your chin tucked. You want to keep your neck comfortable and safe. Lift your hips higher as you breathe. Now let's bring the hands together underneath the torso. Roll the shoulder blades together. Press the hands down toward the floor. Lift the hips higher as you keep those knees pressing towards each other. Still continue to breathe deeply. And if you'd like a little more or a little different challenge, rise up onto the balls of your feet, walk your feet towards your hands, and lift your hips higher. Now let's lower the heels, but keep the hips lifted. I like to bring my hands together overhead. And let's just begin to slowly roll the spine down, one vertebra at a time, from the shoulders down. The idea is to go very slowly and flatten the curve of the spine into the mat before you let your hips come to rest. And then when it does, breathe and relax. A lot of release of tension there. Let's just breathe and relax for several breaths. Now once again, let's bring the heels up next to the bottom, arms out to T. Let's cross the right leg over the left. So you can just get a good tight cross like that, or if you like, you can even tuck those right toes behind the left leg. So chin comes to the right shoulder. Breathe and relax those crossed knees down to the left. Keep the shoulders grounded. Just let those knees go down to your limit with your breath and gravity while you keep the shoulders grounded. After the exhale, inhale up. Heels up next to the bottom, arms out at T. Now let's cross the left leg over the right. Again, get a good tight cross of your choice. Chin is at the left shoulder. Breathe and relax those cross knees down to the right. Keep the shoulders grounded. Just breathe and relax them down. After the exhale, inhale up. Turn both heels up next to the bottom. Let's go ahead and pull the knees in towards the chest. Give them a little hug. Rock your hips from side to side. Bring your head forward. Gently rock from side to side. Bringing your head forward lengthens your spine. You want to restore it after the arching. If you like, go ahead and bring the soles of your feet up to the ceiling. Imagine you're trying to balance a tray as you come into Happy Baby. I like to rock from side to side in my Happy Baby. Your head can be forward. You can relax your head back to the mat. You can rock, you can be still. Make any adjustments that feel good to your body. Now let's release the legs. Let them go long down the mat. Maybe rock them from side to side. And just let gravity bring them to a stop in a comfortable, natural position. Let your palms be up at least a foot from your hips. Relax your hands and let your fingers curl. Lengthen your neck. Swallow to release your throat. And then consciously relax your jaw and your tongue. Make sure your jaw's relaxed. Your forehead is soft, not furrowed. Close your eyes. Just imagine you're relaxing your eyes back into the sockets. Just let them rest heavy in the sockets. Don't force your breath, but observe your breathing. Let your focus be on your body, and if you feel any tension, direct that breathing towards that tension. Try to relax and let go. since you're probably at home and you have plenty of time for Shavasana, feel free to stop the video and continue with Shavasana as long as you like. Otherwise, let's roll over onto the right side in a comfortable fetal position and continue conscious relaxation. When you're ready, press on up to seated. Come to prayer if you like. Maybe as a group, we can all send out our prayers and good thoughts to each other during this time of crisis. After the inhale, namaste. Thank you and be well.